Ashwina Vikas and welcome to VAYALIL Capital Market Updates. The week gone by witnessed strong gains for the Indian market benchmarks amidst positive global cues, robust FII inflows encouraging the macroeconomic trends and better than expected September quarter earnings of India IMC. Let's take a look at how the mood of the market for the coming week. Investors are taking relief from the fact that there are high prospects of the US policy gridlock, which will greatly flavor some industries while some restraining the government borrowing. Further, the US Federal Reserve kept its key interest rate unchanged at near zero and reaffirmed its readiness to do more to support the economy. Nifty formed a bullish candle on the weekly scale and it is likely to witness an up move towards its lifetime high of 12,430 to 12,500 while support exit at 12,000 to 11,900. Volatility has significantly cooled down, which gives stability to the bulls in the market to ride the momentum. The overall structure of the market remains positive with the economic activity recovering fast. More earnings upgrades cannot be ruled out. Further, the strong global markets can keep the liquidity abundant in the system, thus providing support to the overall market. Broader markets, especially the small caps, remain hesitant to join the current exuberance by benchmark indices. It is quite likely that these small cap constituents would plausibly partake in the run-up to Diwali. The long wait for another round of stimulus around Diwali from the Indian government seems far-fetched and all hope seems to be dying given that Bihar elections have also concluded. This may not bode well for the domestic market and would bring in disappointment once the euphoria around the US election subsides. Given the immense liquidity being flushed in the global economy, it would be appropriate to accumulate the metals and material stocks, asset-light real estate players, resilient private sector banks, and well-capitalized smaller NBFCs which have momentum left for a likely upside. Investors are advised to continue to remain invested in the quality stocks. Positive macroeconomic data on core sector growth, rebound in GST revenues, and robust power demand is driving economic recovery. Earnings announcements have also been largely, and many of the frontline companies in IT and the private sector banks have reported the higher than expected profits. All this has boosted investor sentiment. Going ahead, expect the pharmaceutical sector to be in the limelight, led by some earnings upgrades and superior product mix for some of the large pharma names during Q2. The next topic is about what does Joe Biden's victory hold for the Indian market. Biden's victory is most likely to be a favorable outcome for markets as it will increase the confidence among the investors by reducing the policy uncertainty. Joe Biden has emerged as a winner of the US election 2020 and analysts and experts are of the view that the Indian market is poised to gain from the Biden's presidency. Biden, 77, is set to become the 46th president of the United States. Democrat Party candidate Biden has defeated the incumbent Republican US President Donald Trump in the closely fought presidential election. Senator Kamala Harris, 56, who is of Indian origin, has become the first ever woman vice president-elect of the United States. Biden's victory may not mean a significant policy change or a tax hike which could have happened in the case of a blue wave. As Republicans are likely to hold on to the Senate, Biden's presidency may not bring policies that could undermine big tech companies or bring about radical changes in the policies. Biden's victory is most likely to be a favorable outcome for markets as it will instill the confidence among the investors by reducing the policy uncertainty. The market believes Biden is more proactive and he is a less dominant person. There will be fewer rhetorics that Trump has become famous for. Equities are at a sweet spot and in all probability should bring longer-term certainty not just for the US but for the rest of the world. Finally, here are some key things that will keep the traders busy next week, that is earnings. As we are in the last week of quarterly earnings season, around 2,600 companies will declare their September quarter results in the week ended November 14, including most of them are mid-caps and the small caps. And the next one is the coronavirus. The rising recovery rate week after week in India is expected to continue to support the market, though the US and the Europe have been facing second wave of virus. Economic data points. Industrial production for the September and the inflation for the October will be released on Thursday. While the foreign exchange reserves for week entered November 6 will remain, recovery high levels will be announced on Friday. Let's check about the Bihar election results. After the end of the third and the final phase of Bihar election on November 7, the results will be declared on November 10, that is Tuesday. The FII inflow clearly pushed the benchmark indices near record high levels, and experts feel the flow is expected to continue in emerging the markets, including the India, given the likely liquidity push from the central banks to revive the economy. IPO. The Rs 6,480 crore initial public offering of the Gland Pharma will open for the subscription in the next week on November 9 and same will close on November 11. Let's check about the technical view. The Nifty 50 gained over 1% on Friday and more than 5% during this week and formed the bullish candle on the daily as well as the weekly charts, reaching near record high levels. Hence, the experts feel the momentum may take the Nifty 50 to record the high levels, but the upside seems to be limited to 12,500 given the overbought position. Support for the index is now placed at 11,930. Bank Nifty has been trading within a rising channel over the past 6 months and is now approaching the upper end of this channel, which is placed around 27,050. So that's it for today. We wish all our viewers and the investors a profitable week ahead. So I am winding up today. I will be coming up with the market updates on tomorrow. And before winding up, I remind you all to subscribe our channel and please don't forget to share it with your friends and relatives. All of you, please stay home, stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.